सो हेलो एंड वेलकम टू ऑल ऑफ यू। माय नेम इज़ प्रीतम एंड आज जो है मुझे रिवीजन करनी है द भारतीय न्याय सेकंड संहिता 2023, जो हमारा नया एक्ट आया है जिसने रिप्लेस किया है हमारे पुराने इंडियन पिनल कोड को। तो उसके जो सेक्शंस है वो मैं आज रिवाइज करने जा रहा हूँ। और आज है 9 तारीख, 9 जून है, और ये इन्फोर्समेंट डेट इसकी जो है वो है 1 जुलाई। ठीक है, 1 जुलाई 2024 से ये इन्फोर्स हो जाएगा। तो जो हमारा पुराना वाला आईपीसी है वो रिपील हो जाएगा। तो उसके लिए अब नए सेक्शंस याद करने पड़ेंगे। तो याद तो नहीं है मुझे, बट मैंने सोचा है कि इसको एक बार क्विकली है ना रिवाइज कर लूँ। जितने भी सेक्शन है तो टोटल इसमें 358 सेक्शन है। ठीक है, तो अब इसको बोल के पढ़ूंगा एटलीस्ट कम से कम 8 से 10 बार। 8 से 10 बार तो नहीं हो पाएगा। 5 से 7 के बीच में आज हो जाएगा मेरे से, है ना। तो इतनी बार मैं इसको रिवाइज करूँगा और धीरे धीरे करके इसको भाई 1 जुलाई से पहले याद करना है। तो जितनी जल्दी याद हो जाए तो उतना ठीक है। ठीक है, तो बोल बोल के पढ़ूंगा, आप भी चाहो तो रिवाइज कर सकते हो। अगर आप मेरी वीडियो देख रहे हो तो, अगर नहीं देख रहे हो तो तब तो कोई बात ही नहीं है। और देख रहे हो और स्पीड स्लो लगे तो फास्ट कर लेना, फास्ट लगे तो स्लो कर लेना, अपने अकॉर्डिंग देख लेना। आप भी रिवाइज करो, आप भी याद कर लो, आपके लिए भी अच्छा है। और मैं तो रिवाइज कर रहा हूँ तो साथ में आप भी कर रहे हो तो हम दोनों के लिए अच्छा है। ठीक है, सो अरेंजमेंट ऑफ क्लॉजेस देख लेते हैं। सबसे पहले हम जो पढ़ने जा रहे हैं द भारतीय न्याय सेकंड संहिता 2023 अरेंजमेंट ऑफ क्लॉजेस है यहाँ पे। अब ये सेक्शंस में हम, क्योंकि ये एज एन एक्ट हो गया है, बस इन्फोर्समेंट इसकी 1 जुलाई से है तो इसको एक्ट सेक्शन बोलते हैं हम। ठीक है, बोलेंगे। चैप्टर वन प्रीलिमिनरी सेक्शन 1 short title commencement and application section 1 short title commencement and application section 2 definition section 3 general explanation chapter 2 of punishment section 4 punishment section 5 commutation of punishment section commutation of sentence section 6 fractions of terms of punishment section 7 sentence may be in certain cases of imprisonment wholly or partly rigorous or simple. Section 8 amount of fine, liability in default of payment of fine, etc. Section 9 limit of punishment of offence made up of several offences. Section 10 punishment of person guilty of one of several persons, judgment stating that it is doubtful of which. Section 11 solitary confinement. Section 12 limit of solitary confinement. Section 13 enhanced punishment for certain offences after previous conviction. Chapter 3 which is general exception. Section 14 act by a person bound or by mistake of act believing himself bound by law. Section 15 act of judge when acting judicially. Section 16 act done pursuant to judgment or order of court. Section 17 act done by a person justified or mistake of fact believing himself justified by law. Section 17 act done by a person justified or by mistake of fact believing himself justified by law. Section 18 accident in doing a lawful act. Section 19 act likely to cause harm but done without criminal intent and to prevent other harm. Section 20 act of a child under 7 years of age. Section 21 act of a child above 7 and under 12 years of age of immature understanding. Section 22 act of a person of unsound mind. Section 23 act of a person incapable of judgment by reason of intoxication caused against his will. Section 24 offense requiring a particular intent or knowledge committed by one who is intoxicated. Section 25 act not intended and not known to be likely to cause death or grievous hurt done by consent. Section 26 act not intended to cause death done by consent in good faith for person's benefit. Section 27 act done in good faith for benefit of a child or person of unsound mind by a consent of guardian. Section 28 consent known to be given under fear or misconception. Section 29 exclusion of acts which are offences independently of harm caused. Section 30 act done in good faith for benefit of a person without consent. Section 31 communication made in good faith. Section 32 act to which a person is compelled by threat. Section 33 act causing slight harm. सेक्शन 33 एक्ट कॉजिंग स्लाइट हार्म। आपको पता है टोटल इसमें 358 सेक्शन है, लास्ट वाला जो है वो है रिपील एंड सेविंग। हाँ तो करते हैं कंटिन्यू। ऑफ राइट ऑफ प्राइवेट डिफेंस सेक्शन 34 थिंग्स डन इन प्राइवेट डिफेंस सेक्शन 35 राइट ऑफ प्राइवेट डिफेंस ऑफ बॉडी ऑफ बॉडी एंड ऑफ प्रॉपर्टी सेक्शन 36 राइट ऑफ प्राइवेट डिफेंस अगेंस्ट एक्ट ऑफ ए पर्सन ऑफ अनसाउंड माइंड एटसेट्रा सेक्शन 37 एक्ट अगेंस्ट वेयर against which there is no right of private defense section 38 when right of private defense of body extend to causing death section 39 when such right extends to causing any harm other than death section 40 commencement and continuance of right of private defense of body section 41 when right of private defense of property extend to causing death section 42 when such right extend to causing any harm other than death section 43 commencement and continuance of right of private defense of property section 44 right of private defense right of private defense against deadly assault when there is a risk of harm to innocent person chapter 4 आ गया है chapter 4 है of abatement and criminal conspiracy and attempt of abatement, criminal conspiracy and attempt. Section 45, abatement of a thing. Section 46, abatement. Section 47, abatement in India of offence outside India. Section 48, abatement outside India for offence in India. Section 49, punishment of abatement if act abated is committed in consequence and where no express provision is made for its punishment. Section 50, punishment of abatement if person abated does act with different intention from that of abated. Section 51, liability of abater when one act abated and different act done section 52 abated when liable to cumulative punishment for act abated and for act done section 52 abated when liable to cumulative punishment for act abated and for act done section 52 abated when liable to cumulative punishment for act abated and for act done section 53 liability of abater for an effect caused by act abated different from that intended by abater section 54 abater present when offense is committed section 55 abatement of offense punishable with death or imprisonment for life section 56 abatement of offense punishable with imprisonment section 57 abating commission of offense by public or by more than 10%. Section 58 concealing design to commit offense punishable with death or imprisonment for life. Section 59 punishment public servant concealing design to commit offense which it is his duty to prevent. Section 60 concealing design to commit offense punishable with imprisonment of criminal conspiracy. Section 61 criminal conspiracy of attempt. Section 62 punishment for attempting to commit offense punishable with imprisonment for life or other imprisonment. Section chapter 5 of offenses against women and child of sexual offences. Section 63 rape. Section 63 rape. Section 64 rape punishment for rape. Section 65 punishment for rape in certain cases. Section 66 punishment for causing death or resulting in persistent vegetative state of victim. Section 67 sexual intercourse by husband upon his wife during separation. Section 68 sexual intercourse by a person in authority. Section 69 sexual intercourse by employing deceitful means, etc. Section 70 gang rape. Section 71 punishment for repeat offenders. Section 72 disclosure of identity of victim of certain offences, etc. Section 73 printing or publishing of any matter relating to court proceedings without permission of criminal force and assault against women. Section 74 assault or use of criminal force to women with intent to outrage her modesty. Section 75 sexual harassment. Section 76 assault or use of criminal force to women with intent to disrobe. Section 77 voyeurism. Section 78 stalking. Section 79 word, gesture or act intended to insult modesty of a woman of offences relating to marriage. Section 80 dowry death. Section 80 dowry death. Section 81 cohabitation caused by a man deceitful inducing belief of lawful marriage. Section 82 marrying again during lifetime of husband or wife. Section 83 marriage ceremony fraudulently gone through without lawful marriage. Section 84 inticising or taking away or detaining with criminal intent a married woman. Section 85 husband or relative of husband of a woman subjecting her to cruelty. Section 86 cruelty defined. Section 87 kidnapping, abducting or inducing woman to compel her marriage, etc. of causing miscarriage, etc. Section 88 causing miscarriage. Section 89 causing miscarriage without woman's consent. Section 90 death caused by act done with intent to cause miscarriage. Section 91 act done with intent to prevent child being born alive or to cause to die after birth. Section 92 causing death of quick unborn child by act amounting to culpable homicide of offence against child. Section 93 exposure and abandonment of child under 12 years of age by a parent or person having care of it. Section 94 concealment of birth by secret disposal of dead body. Section 95 hiring, employing or engaging a child to commit an offence. Section 96 procuration of child. Section 97 kidnapping or abducting child under 10 years of age with intent to steal from its person person, section 98. Selling child for purpose of prostitution, etc., section 99. Buying child for purposes of prostitution, etc., chapter 6 of offences affecting the human body, section 100. Culpable homicide, section 101. Murder, section 102. Culpable homicide by causing death of person other than person whose death was intended, section 103. Punishment for murder, section 104. Punishment for murder by life convict, section 105. Punishment for culpable homicide not amounting to murder, section 105. Punishment for culpable homicide not amounting to murder, section 106. Causing death by negligence, section 107. Abatement of suicide of child or person of unsound mind, section 108. Abatement of suicide, section 109. Attempt to murder, section 110. Attempt to commit culpable homicide, section 111. Organized crime, section 112. Petty organized crime, section 113. Terrorist act of heart. Next part है of heart, section 114. Heart, section 115. Voluntarily causing heart, section 116. Grievous hurt, section 117. Voluntarily causing grievous hurt, section 118. Voluntarily causing hurt or grievous hurt by dangerous weapons or means, section 119. Voluntarily causing hurt or grievous hurt to extort property or to constrain to an illegal act, section 120. Voluntarily causing hurt or grievous hurt to extort confession or to compel restoration of property, section 121. Voluntarily causing hurt or grievous hurt to deter public servant from his duty, section 122. Voluntarily causing hurt or grievous hurt on provocation, section 123. Causing hurt by means of poison, etc., with intent to commit an offence, section 124. Voluntarily causing grievous hurt by use of acid, etc., section 125. By act endangering life or personal safety of others, section 125. Act endangering life, endangering, section 25. Act endangering life or personal safety of others. Next part है of wrongful restraint and wrongful confinement, दो section है, section 126. wrongful restraint, section 127. wrongful confinement. Of next part of criminal force and assault, section 128. Force, section 129. Criminal force, section 130. Assault, section 131. Punishment for assault or criminal force otherwise than on grave provocation, section 132. Assault or criminal force to deter public servant from discharge of his duty, section 133. Assault or criminal force with intent to dishonor person otherwise than on grave provocation, section 134. Assault or criminal force in time, section 134. Assault or criminal force in attempt to commit theft of property carried by a person. Section 135. Assault or criminal force in attempt to wrongfully confine a person, section 135. Assault or criminal force in attempt to wrongfully confine a person, section 136. Assault or criminal force on grave provocation, section 136. Assault or criminal force on grave provocation. Next part of kidnapping, abduction, slavery and labor force. Of kidnapping, abduction, slavery and labor force, section 137. Kidnapping, section 138. Abduction, section 139. Kidnapping or maiming a child for purpose of begging, section 140. Kidnapping or abducting in order to murder or for ransom, etc. Section 141. Importation of girl or boy from foreign country, section 142. Wrongfully concealing or keeping in confinement kidnapped or abducted person, section 143. Trafficking of person, section 144. Exploitation of a trafficked person, section 145. Habitual dealing in slaves, section 146. Unlawful compulsory labor, which is in section 146. So 146, section 146. Unlawful compulsory labor, section 146. Unlawful compulsory labor. Chapter 7 of offences against the state, section 147. Waging or attempting to wage war or abetting waging of war against government of India, section 148. Conspiracy to commit offences punishable by section 147. Section 149. Collecting arms, etc., with intent to waging war against government of India, section 150. Concealing with intent to facilitate design to wage war, section 151. Assaulting president, governor, etc., with intent to compel or restrain exercise of any lawful power, section 152. Act endangering sovereignty, unity and integrity of India, section 152. And act endangering sovereignty, unity and integrity of India, section 153. Waging war against government of any foreign state at peace with government of India, section 151. 154. Committing depredation on territories, committing depredation of on sex sorry Section 154, committing depredation, committing depredation on territories of foreign state at peace with government of India. Section 155, receiving property taken by war or depredation, mentioned in Section 153 and Section 154. Section 156, public servant voluntarily allowing prisoner of state or war to escape. Section 157, public servant negligently suffering such prisoner to escape. Section 158, aiding escape of rescuing or harboring such prisoner. Chapter number 8 of offenses relating to the army, navy and air force. Section 149, abetting mutiny or attempting to seduce a soldier, sailor, or airman from his duty. Section 160, abatement of mutiny if mutiny is committed in consequence of thereof. Section 161, abatement of assault by a soldier, sailor, or airman on his superior officer when in execution of his office. Section 162, abatement of such assault if assault committed. Section 163, abatement of desertion of soldier, sailor, or airman. Section 164, harboring deserter. Section 165, deserter concealed on board merchant vessel through negligence of master. Section 166, abatement of act of insubordination by soldier, sailor, or airman. Section 167, persons subject to certain acts. Section 168, wearing garb or carrying token used by soldier, sailor, or airman. Chapter number 9, which talks about offences relating to elections. Section 169, candidate electoral right defined. Section 170, bribery. Section 171, undue influence at elections. Section 177, personation at elections. Section 173, punishment for bribery. Section 174, punishment for undue influence or personation at an election. Section 175, false statement in connection with an election. Section 176, illegal payment in connection with an election. Section 177, failure to keep election accounts. Chapter number 10 of offences relating to coin, currency notes, bank notes, and government stamps. Section number 177, 178, counterfeiting coin, government stamps, currency notes, or bank notes. Section number 179, using as genuine, forged, or counterfeit coin, government stamp, currency notes, or bank notes. Section number 180, possession of forged or counterfeit coin, government stamp, currency notes, or bank notes. Section number 181, making or possessing instruments or material for forging or counterfeiting coin, government stamp, currency notes, or bank notes. Section number 182, making or using documents resembling currency notes or bank notes. Section number 183, effecting writing from substance bearing government stamp or removing from good document a stamp used for it with intent to cause loss to government. Section number 184, using government stamp known to have been before used. Section number 184, using government stamp known to have been before used. Section number 185, erasure of mark denoting that stamp has been used. Section number 186, prohibition of fictitious stamp. Section number 187, person employed in mint causing coin to be of different weight or composition from that fixed by law. Section number 188, unlawfully taking coining instrument from mine. ये mint है इसमें, आई थिंक माइन पता नहीं ये mint क्या होता है, एक बार चेक कर लेता हूँ. लेट मी चेक. A type of soil with a strong flesh. Whose leaves are used? आई डोंट नो. इसमें जो मीनिंग दी हुई है ना, एक प्लांट से रिलेटेड है और एक जो मिंट, एक वो टैबलेट आती है ना गोल्ड टाइप की, तो वो ये आई थिंक माइन होगा, मुझे पता नहीं है, तो ये चेक कर लेना. सेक्शन 188, अनलॉफुली टेकिंग coining इंस्ट्रूमेंट फ्रॉम mint or mine, whatever it is. Chapter number 11 of offenses against the public tranquility. Section 189, unlawful assembly. Section 190, every member of unlawful assembly guilty of offenses committed in prosecution of common object. Section number 191, writing. Section number 192, wantonly giving provocation with intent to cause right, if right be committed, if right not be committed, if right not committed. Section 193, liability of owner, occupier, etc. of land on which an unlawful assembly or right takes place. Section number 193, liability of owner, occupier, or etc. of land on which an unlawful assembly or right takes place. Section number 194 afraid. Section number 195 assaulting or obstructing public servant pen suppressing right, etc. Section number 196 promoting enmity between. Section number 196 promoting enmity between different group on ground of religion, race, place of birth, residence, language, etc., and doing acts prejudicial to maintenance of harmony. Section number 197 imputations, assertions prejudicial to national integration. Chapter 12 of offenses by or relating to public servant. Chapter 12 of offences by or relating to public servant. Section number 198 public servant disobeying law with intent to cause injury to any person. Section number 198 public servant disobeying law, disobeying. Section number 198 public servant disobeying law with intent to cause injury to any person. Section number 199 public servant disobeying direction under law. Section number 200 punishment for non-treatment of victims. Section number 201 public servant framing an incorrect document with intent to cause injury. Section number 202 public servant unlawfully engaging in trade. Section number 203 public servant unlawfully buying or bidding for property. Section number 204 personating a public servant. Section number 205 bearing garb or carrying token used by public servant with fraudulent intent. Chapter number 13 of contempts of lawful authority of public servant. Section number 203 absconding to avoid service of summons or other proceeding. Section number 207 preventing service of summons or other proceeding or preventing publication thereof. Section number 208 non-attendance in obedience to an order from public servant. Section number 209 non-appearance in response to a proclamation under section 84 of Bhartiya Nagrik Suraksha Sahita 2023. Section number 210 omission to produce document or electronic record to public servant by person legally bound to produce it. Section number 211 omission to give notice or information to public servant by person legally bound to give it. Section number 212 furnishing false information. Section number 213 refusing oath or affirmation when duly required by a public servant to make it. Section number 214 refusing to answer public servant authorized to question. Section number 215 refusing to sign a statement. Section number 216 false statement on oath or affirmation to public servant or person authorized to administer an oath or affirmation. Section number 216 false statement on oath or affirmation to public servant or person authorized to administer an oath or affirmation. Section number 217 false information with intent to cause public servant to use his lawful power to injury of another person. Section number 218 resistance to taking of property by lawful authority of a public servant. Section number 219 obstructing sale of property offered for sale by authority of public servant. Section number 220 illegal purchase or bid for property offered for sale by authority of public servant. Section number 221 obstructing public servant in discharge of public functions. Section number 222 omission to assist public servant when bound by law to give assistance. Section number 223 disobedience or order duly promulgated by public servant. Section number 224 threat of injury to public servant. Section number 225 threat of injury to induce person to refrain from applying from protection to public servant. Section number 226 attempt to commit suicide to compel or restrain exercise of lawful power. Chapter number 14 of false evidence and offences against the public justice. Section number 227 giving false evidence. Section number 228 fabricating false evidence. Section number 229 punishment for false evidence. Section number 230 giving or fabricating false evidence with intent to procure conviction of capital offence. Section number 231 giving or fabricating false evidence with intent to procure conviction of offence punishable with imprisonment for life or imprisonment. Section number 232 threatening any person to give false evidence. Section number 233 using evidence known to be false. Section number 234 issuing or signing false certificate. Section number 235 using as true a certificate known to be false. Section number 236 false statement made in declaration with the which is by law receivable as evidence. Section number 236 false statement made in declaration which is by law receivable as evidence. Section number 237 using as true such declaration knowing to be false. Section number 238 causing disappearance of evidence of offence or giving false information to screen offender. Section number 239 Intentional omission to give information of offense by person bound to inform. Section number 240, giving false information respecting an offense committed. Section number 241, destruction of document or electronic record to prevent its production as evidence. Section number 244, 242. Section number 242, false personation for purpose of act or proceeding in suit or prosecution. Section number 243, fraudulent removal or concealment of property to prevent its seizure as forfeited or in execution. Section number 244, fraudulent claim to property to prevent its seizure as a forfeited or in execution. Section number 245, fraudulently suffering decree for sum not due. Section number 246, dishonestly making false claim in court. Section number 247, fraudulently obtaining decree for sum not due. Section number 248, false charge of offense made with intent to injure. Section number 249, harboring offender. Section number 258, taking gift etc. to screen an offender from punishment. Section number 251, offering gift or restoration of property in consideration of screening offender. Section number 252, taking gift to help to recover stolen property, etc. Section number 253, harboring offender who has escaped from custody or whose apprehension has been ordered. Section number 254, penalty for harboring robbers or dacoits. Section number 255, public servant disobeying direction of law with intent to save person from punishment or property from forfeiture. Section number 256, public servant framing incorrect record or writing with intent to save person from punishment or property from forfeiture. Section number 257, public servant in judicial proceeding corruptly making report etc. contrary to law. Section number 258, commitment for trial or confinement by person having authority who knows that he is acting contrary to law. Section number 259, intentional omission to apprehend on part of public servant bound to apprehend. Section number 260, intentional omission to apprehend on part of public servant bound to apprehend person under sentence or lawful committed. Section number 261, escape from confinement. Section number 261, escape from confinement or custody negligently suffered by public servant. Section number 262, resistance or obstruction by a person to his lawful apprehension. Section number 263, resistance or obstruction to lawful apprehension of another person. Section number 264, omission to apprehend or sufferance of escape on part of public servant in cases not otherwise provided for. Section number 265, resistance or obstruction to lawful apprehension or escape or rescue in cases not otherwise provided for. Section number 266, violation of condition of remission of punishment. Section number 267, section number 267, intentional insult or interruption of public servant sitting in judicial proceedings. Section number 268, personation of assessor. Section number 269, failure by person released on bail bond or bond to appear in court. Section number 269, failure by person released on bail bond or bond to appear in court. Section number chapter number 15, of offences affecting the public health, safety, convenience, decency and morals. Of offences affecting the public health, safety, convenience, decency, moral. Of offences affecting the public health, safety, convenience, decency and morals. ठीक है. Section number 270, public nuisance. Section number 271, negligent act likely to spread infection of disease dangerous to life. Section number 271, negligent act likely to spread infection of disease dangerous to life. Section number 272, negligent act. Section number 271, negligent act. Section number 272, negligent act likely to spread infection of disease dangerous to life. Section number 273, disobedience to quarantine rules. Section number 274, adulteration of food or drink intended for sale. Section number 275, sale of noxious food or drink. Section number 276, adulteration of drugs. Section number 277, sale of adulterated drugs. Section number 278, sale of drugs as a different drug or preparation. Section number 279, fouling water of public spring or reservoir. Section number 280, making atmosphere noxious to health. Section number 281, rash driving or riding on a public way. Section number 282, rash navigation of vessels. Section number 283, exhibition of false light, mark or buoy. Section number 284, conveying person by water for hire in the unsafe or overloaded vessel. Section number 285, danger or obstruction in public way or line of navigation. Section number 286, negligent conduct with respect to poisonous substance. Section number 287, negligent conduct with respect to fire or combustible matter. Section number 288, negligent conduct with respect Section number 288, negligent conduct with respect to explosive substance. Section number 289, negligent conduct with respect to machinery. Section number 290, negligent conduct with respect to pulling down, repairing or constructing buildings, etc. Section number 291, negligent conduct with respect to animals. Section number 292, punishment for public nuisance in cases not otherwise provided for. Section number 293, continuance of nuisance after injection to discontinue. Section number 294, sale etc of obscene books, etc. Section number 295, sale etc of obscene objects to child. Section number 296, obscene acts and songs. Section number 297, keeping lottery office. Chapter number 16, chapter number 16 of offenses relating to religion, section number 298, injuring or defiling or defiling, whatever it is. So section number 298, injuring or defiling place of worship with intent to insult religious religion of any class. Section number 299, deliberate and malicious acts intended to outrage religious feeling of any class by insulting its religion or religious belief. Section number 300, disturbing religious assembly. Section number 301, trespassing on burial places, etc. Section number 302, uttering words, etc., with deliberate intent to wound religious feelings of any person. Chapter 17 of offenses against property. Chapter 17 of offenses against property. पहला पार्ट है ऑफ थेफ्ट, सेक्शन ऑफ थेफ्ट. सेक्शन नंबर 303, थेफ्ट. सेक्शन नंबर 304, स्नैचिंग. सेक्शन नंबर 305, थेफ्ट इन अ dwelling house or means of transportation or place of worship, etc. Section number 306, theft by clerk or servant of property in possession of master. Section number 307, theft after preparation made for causing death, hurt or restraint in order to committing of theft. Next part है of extortion. Section 308, extortion. Section next part है of robbery and डकैती. Section number 309, robbery. Section number 310, डकैती. Section number 311, robbery or डकैती with attempt to cause death or grievous hurt. Section number 312, attempt to commit robbery or डकैती when armed with deadly weapon. Section number 313, punishment for belonging to gang of robbers, etc. Next part है of criminal misappropriation of property. Section number 314, dishonest misappropriation of property. Section number 315, dishonest misappropriation of property possessed by deceased person at the time of his death. Next part of criminal breach of trust. Section number 316, criminal breach of trust. Of receiving stolen property. Section number 317, stolen property. Of cheating. Section number 318, cheating. Section number 319, cheating by personation. Next part है of fraudulent deeds and disposition of property. Section number 320, dishonest or fraudulent removal or concealment of property to prevent distribution of among creditors. Section number 220, section number 321, dishonestly or fraudulently preventing debt being available for creditors. Section number 322, dishonest or fraudulent execution of deed of transfer containing false statement of consideration. Section number 323, dishonest or fraudulent removal or concealment of property. Next part of mischief. Section number 324, mischief. Section number 325, mischief by killing or maiming animals. Section number 326, mischief by injury in inundation. Section number 326, mischief by injury, inundation, fire or explosive substance, etc. Section number 327, mischief with intent to destroy or make unsafe a rail, aircraft, decade, vessel, or one of 20 tons burden. Section number 328, punishment for intentional running vessel aground or ashore with intent to commit theft, etc. Next part of criminal trespass. Section number 329, criminal trespass and house trespass. Section number 330, house trespass and housebreaking. Section number 331, punishment for house trespass or housebreaking. Section number 332, house trespass in order to commit offense. Section number 333, house trespass after preparation for hurt, assault or wrongful restraint. Section number 334, dishonestly breaking upon receptacle containing property. Chapter number 18 of offenses relating to documents and to property marks. Section number 335, making a false document. Section number 336, forgery. Section number 337, forgery of record of court, or of public register, etc. Section number 338, forgery of valuable security, will, etc. Section number 339, having possession of document described in section 337 or section 338, knowing it to be forged and intending to use it as genuine. Section number 340, forged document. Section number 40, forged document or electronic record and using it as genuine. Section number 341, making or possessing counterfeit seal, etc. with intent to commit forgery, punishable under Section 338. Section number 342, counterfeiting device or mark used for authenticating documents described in Section 338 or possessing counterfeit mark material. Section number 343, fraudulent cancellation, destruction, etc. of bill authority to adopt or valuable security. Section number 344, falsification of accounts. Next part है property marks. Section number 345, property marks. Section number 346, tampering with property mark with intent to cause injury. Section number 347, counterfeiting a property mark. Section number 348, making or possession of any instrument for counterfeiting a property mark. Section number 349, selling goods marked with a counterfeit property mark. Section number 350, making a false mark upon any receptacle containing goods. Chapter 19 of criminal intimidation, insult, annoyance, defamation, etc. Intimidation, insult, annoyance, defamation, and etc. Section number 351, criminal intimidation. Section number 352, intentional insult with intent to provoke breach of peace. Section number 353, statement statements conducing to public mischief. Section number 354, act caused by inducing person to believe that he will be rendered an object of divine displeasure. Section number 354, act caused by inducing person to believe that he will be rendered an object of divine displeasure. Section number 355, misconduct in public by a drunken person. Section number 355, misconduct in public by a drunken person. Of defamation. Section number 356, defamation. Next part है breach of contract to attend on and supply wants of helpless person. Section number 357, breach of contract to attend on and supply wants of helpless person. Section number 357, breach of contract to attend on and supply wants of helpless person. Chapter 20, repeal and saving. Section 358, repeal and savings. सो इतने ही सेक्शन थे इसमें, 358 सेक्शन थे और हो जाएगा, आपको भी याद हो जाएगा अगर इसको कंटिन्यू अगर एटलीस्ट 50 से 100 बार अगर पढ़ लो ना आप इसको, ठीक है, तो हो जाएगा. जैसे अगर आप सोच रहे हो कि 1 से 8 बार या 1 से 10 बार में, तो नहीं होगा. एटलीस्ट मिनिमम आपका 50 से 100 के बीच में होना चाहिए. 50 से 100 के बीच में कितना आ गया? 75 बार इसको पढ़ लो. उसके बाद आपको जो कॉन्सेप्ट है क्लियर हो जाएगा कि कितना वो याद हुआ है, नहीं हुआ है, या कितना याद हो सकता है आपको या नहीं हो सकता है. 75 बार में हो जाएगा यार, तो चिंता मत करो. बट ये है कि अगर सोचोगे 10 बार पढ़ने से याद हो जाएगा तो नहीं हो पाएगा. ठीक है, तो 75 बार तो आपको बोल बोल के ही पढ़ना है. अगर तब भी याद नहीं हुआ तो 75 बार और पढ़ लेना. ठीक है, और करना क्या है, यही तो करना है लाइफ टाइम में. मेरा भी ज़्यादा नहीं हुआ है, मैंने भी अभी तक 4 ही बार पढ़ा है इसको. बट मान के चल रहा हूँ, मुझे जितनी मेरी लर्निंग कैपेसिटी है उसके अकॉर्डिंग मुझे भी 75 बार पढ़ना ही पड़ेगा, तब जाके 358 सेक्शंस याद होंगे. क्लैश तो बहुत होगा, जो जैसे पहले वाला जो याद था और ये वाला जो है, तो हो सकता है कि क्लैश हो जाए दोनों सेक्शन माइंड में. बट कोई नहीं, प्रैक्टिस धीरे धीरे करेंगे तो हो जाएगा. तो इसको तो चाहे तो आप सुन भी सकते हो या खुद भी से भी पढ़ सकते हो. ये तो मैंने खुद की रिवीजन के लिए वीडियो बना के अपलोड कर दिया, तो आप चाहे तो खुद से भी रिवाइज कर सकते हो. अदरवाइज आप चाहो तो सुन भी सकते हो, है ना, या फिर देख भी सकते हो कि कैसे इसको रिवाइज किया जाए. सो फिलहाल के लिए इतना. अब एक बार मैंने रिकॉर्डिंग डाल दी है, अब मैं बिहाइंड द कैमरा भी इसको अभी एटलीस्ट 4-5 बार, क्योंकि ज़्यादा तो नहीं हो पाएगा, बट 4-5 बार मैं अभी इसको रीड कर दूंगा. सो तब तक के लिए आप सभी का थैंक यू.